Welcome back to some more Old School RuneScape. Yes, I am wearing full graceful, and yes, I do look like every other character in the game now. So a lot has happened since the last episode. In case you missed the live streams, I did go over to the Sears Village rooftop course, and I got my agility all the way up to 68, which is excellent. And of course, I got enough marks of grace to get the outfit here. If you missed those live streams and you want to check them out, always check out the playlist for this series. I have every episode and live stream there in order that they were recorded. As always, I do recommend you watch the series in 2x speed. I think that's enough for now. In the last episode, I did put it up to a poll on how you want me to get started on construction, because it is going to involve the exchange of money to an NPC in one way or another. Either I can buy a home for 1,000 gold, or I can do the Daddy's Home mini quest and get a free house that way. However, the Daddy's Home mini quest requires 5 bolts of cloth that for right now I can only get by exchanging money to an NPC. The thing is, if you do the Mahogany Homes minigame, you can get bolts of cloth as a reward that way. However, in order to even be able to do that minigame, you need a player-owned house. So the bolts of cloth is like an item that's locked behind itself, if that makes sense. So I put it up to a poll, and you guys voted, and it is dead even. Yakovo, you kind of said both. You didn't really say one way or another. And then Ed, you said that I should just go and buy a home. And Danny, you said I should do the Daddy's Home mini quest. So basically, it's a non-vote and then 1-to-1. And I put this in a random number generator, and we're going to go ahead and do the Daddy's Home mini quest. Now, I came up with a creative solution. One day, I'm actually going to sit down and write down very specific rules for this whole no shop thing. However, when an item is locked behind itself, like the bolts of cloth, what I can do is I can start getting the item, and then what I'll do is once I've used it for whatever need, like a quest or whatever, then I have to go get the item and drop it. So it's kind of like I'm borrowing the item, if that makes sense. I think that's going to keep it as fair as possible. It's going to be a good time. Now, you may be wondering, why are you sitting here picking cabbages? And that's because it is time to start the farming grind. And I'm going to do that by making compost. Ran into another problem. I was going to figure out how to do some farm runs and plant stuff, but in order for me to get any of the farming equipment, like the little thing you use to put seeds down, watering can, all that, most of that stuff I cannot get since I can't use shops. There are level 7 farmers that drop them, but I don't want to go into combat because I need to keep my HP low. So the only other way to get the farming tools is to build them in my player-owned home. There's like a cabinet or something that you build that has every single farming tool in there. And so the only way I can do farming for right now is by making compost until I get my construction up. So I figured at the start of every episode, I should do like at least one set of putting things here in the bin. I've never done this before. I think you can just put a bunch of cabbages in here, right? I need to probably get my game thing on. Yeah, so I can put cabbages in here, and I think it takes an hour to make compost. And then I can come back at the end of the episode and edit me getting all the compost. Now, also let me know what you think I should do in terms of recording my farming grind, because it's not a skill I can like stream or record very efficiently, right? Because you put stuff in here, you leave, and then you come back like an hour later or something. So it's kind of weird. So I think that we got everything in here. The compost bin is full of compostable items. Okay, so I think now I wait an hour. And I guess I can just eat all these. Okay, so very good. So now, with all that out of the way, let's actually start the episode. Oh my god, that was a gigantic introduction. I'm sorry that dragged on a little longer than it should have. So I'm going to go to the Remington mine, because I'm going to need to make some stuff for that Daddy's Home mini quest. I'm going to need nails, I'm going to need planks, and since I can't just buy them, I need to figure out a way to actually get them. So I'm going to need some steel bars to make the nails. And so I do need some iron ore. I'm going to need 9. That is copper. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's go to the actual iron. Now, I was talking with one of you at the last live stream. Do you guys remember in RuneScape Classic, you couldn't just mine a rock? You had to right-click, prospect, find out what mineral was actually in the rock, and then finally, you could mine it. And you had to spam click it, right? Because you'd click it and you say, you have failed to mine this rock. And then you'd have to keep spam clicking it until you finally got something. It was such a pain. You kids have it so easy now with your automatic mining. So I think I only need 9 of these and I should be okay. Come on, last one. Perfect. And now let me go to Draenor Bank. I'm gonna have to deposit my pickaxe and all this stuff because I'm gonna go to Entrana to get some planks. And as you know, in Entrana you cannot bring any weapons and a pickaxe counts as a weapon. So let me actually unequip that so I don't forget to deposit it. And get rid of all this cabbage in my inventory. I didn't know your character stops running if you eat. No, he doesn't. It just coincided that way. Back in Draenor. I feel like I'm always coming over here. They do a lot of rooftop grinds here. Okay, so I need to figure out what I actually need. Actually, I don't need anything. I can deposit all this stuff. I'm not going to need anything. I think you can get to Entrana for free, right? You don't have to pay a fare. Really want to unlock this shortcut. You need to complete like a diary before you can use it. It's not the end of the world though. Ah, no. Ran out of run energy. See, but it's pretty quick. In less than 4 minutes, I'll have it refilled. So since this is the first time that I'm going to Entrana, I'm going to go through some of the dialogue here. Oh, there is no dialogue. You just go. We just go. We're going. All right. Excellent. So there are some plank spawns all the way in the north of the island. There are some better places for spawns, but this one's convenient. It's kind of close to everything I need to do this episode. So this is where we're going to go. Now, during the live stream, one of you guys was joking around and you said, hey, why don't you restart the series and lock yourself to Entrana? You can be like an Entrana locked Ironman. And while that was a joke, I thought, wow, that was actually a really cool idea because it kind of goes with the theme of my channel, right? The little monk and Renaissance gaming. And I feel like if I hadn't already started this series, my God, the pathing here. If I hadn't already started this series, I would really consider locking myself here to Entrana and like 100%ing this area before I could leave. So doing just like everything I could do here and maxing as much as you possibly can within the confines of Entrana. But it's just a fantasy now. I can't do that. I'm not going back. I'm not restarting the series. We're making good progress. I'm having a lot of fun. It would be an interesting challenge though, right? Because you're pretty locked behind any combat. Since you can't bring weapons in here, you'd have to fight all these little monsters by hand. Alright, so here are the 2 planks. I'm going to fill up an inventory here. So I will do some editing. So the World Hopper plugin for RuneLite is actually pretty amazing. I haven't been doing it, but look at this. I just do a hotkey and I switch world and it's as quick as that. I don't have to wait through a loading screen or anything. It just takes a little second and then I'm in a new world and I can just grab my planks and move on with my life. So that's super easy. Definitely use the World Hopper if you have the RuneLite plugin. Especially if you're getting things from the overworld like this. Look how fast that is. Perfect. Alright, this should be the last 2 here. Perfect. Now let me get out of here. So yeah, I got a full inventory because I might as well. I'll probably need a lot of planks moving forward. I don't know a good place to get them without using a shop, so might as well stock up while I'm here. We'll figure out all the details later. Alright, let me take the boat back. So now the next thing I need to do is mine some coal. I got the iron, but now I need coal so I can make those steel bars, so I can make steel nails. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna get it at the Lumberage Swamp. There's a good deposit of coal there, and it's kind of in the way for everything that I'm doing. Alright, let's see here. Deposit all those. I'm gonna need my pickaxe. And then I think I'm gonna get my iron ore as well. And the reason for that is I think once I get my coal from the Lumberage Swamp, I will be able to go smelt it pretty close by. Make sure I'm going the right way. Yeah, I'm gonna go southeast-ish. Okay, very good. We got some good coal deposits here. I'm going to fill up the rest of the inventory with coal because it is 2 coal for every 1 iron bar to make a steel bar. And while I'm doing this, I do want to take a special moment to thank all of the people who support the channel. So thank you for my 2 YouTube members, It's Time and Light. Thank you so much for being channel members. And also Paul over on Patreon. I appreciate all you guys. If you would like to become a channel member as well, you can check it out below the video here. Got a sapphire, so it's perfectly going to fill up my inventory because I need 18 coal, 9 iron, and then I guess the last slot is going to be taken up by this sapphire. There we go. So what I'll do now is I'm going to use my home teleport. And that way, there will be a furnace right there. And I can smelt all this down into bars. Yeah, a little to the north. Is it across the bridge? No. It's gonna go straight north here. Alright, let's make some steel bars. See, all that smithing in the ruins of Camdazal really paid off. Because now I can do all this, I don't have to worry about it. Perfect. So, time to go to Varrock. I'm gonna take a quick little detour in Varrock. That's where the Daddy's Home mini quest is, but I'm also gonna go do the museum. There's another mini quest of sorts that you can do there. That's gonna give me some Slayer and Hunter experience, and I just answer a bunch of questions in the museum. So I'm gonna do that real quick as well. So while I'm running, I do want to do a quick recap of what occurred in the streams in case you missed the 2 streams of me grinding agility at the Sears Village rooftop course. Just mainly some random events. So I got Captain Arnov's chest and I was able to get a gold necklace, which is great because I need that for a clue scroll. I got a genie and I put that lamp into agility. I got an evil twin event and I was able to get 3 emeralds out of that. Of course, I went all the way to the Dens Rogue and I got my full graceful outfit once I got my 260 marks of grace. I did get a Drill Demon event and was able to snag a camo top. And finally, I did get a pinball event and was able to get 5 rubies out of that. Now, if you remember, I did get all of these items at the Ruins of Camdazal as well. And I can trade them in for kudos at the museum like I mentioned at the time. So, since I'm headed to the museum, it's the perfect time to actually go ahead and do that. I don't know if I've been here yet in this playthrough. Alright, so this is the curator. Welcome to the Museum of Varrock. Talk about a relic you found in the ruins of Camdazal. I have some relics you might be interested in. Oh, wonderful. We are always eager to expand our collection. I found them in some ruins underneath Ice Mountain. Ruins? Beneath Ice Mountain? That's the first I've heard of this. What did you find down there? An entire city. A city? How? Which one? Was anyone living there? Just one person, an Mkondo dwarf named Ramarno. He said the city was called Camdazal. Camdazal? You found the lost Mkondo city of Camdazal? Not on purpose, it's a long story. I'm lost for words. You accidentally found the lost city of Camdazal. Please, let me see these relics. You show one of the relics to the curator. This is certainly not of Mkondo design. Maybe it's from an older civilization. How did you come across it? I found it encased in ore. I had to crack it open and chip off the hardened parts. This was underneath. My word, a true mystery of an item. How did it get down there? Thank you, kind sir. Pass them over and I'll identify them properly. This is an ancient globe. To show the new constellations, what a discovery. I wonder what secrets this ancient ledger holds. It's a unique find. An ancient astroscope. I have only read of such things, but to see one? Incredible. I'm not even familiar with the glyphs in this ancient treatise. It's the first time I've seen them. What a find. This ancient carcanet has never been documented before, but I'm certain it had a ceremonial purpose. We already have examples of these other relics in the museum, but they will add nicely to our collection. I've been given a large heap of gold. Alright, so I've turned everything in, I've got some kudos, I've got some money, and I've got a random event just in time. Don't talk to me, speak with the Frog Princess. Where's the Frog Princess? Hurrah for the Frog Princess. I guess the one with the crown. Nope, not that. Please help me. I was transformed into a frog by a well-meaning but sadly frog-obsessed old wizard. Only a kiss can turn me back. Will you help me? Oh god. Yes, okay. Thank you so much, Dark Elf 609. I must return to my fairy tale kingdom. But take this as a reward. You can exchange it at the Varrock clothes store for a costume. Alright, very good. So now let me go down into the basement and talk to Orlando Smith. Good day there, mate. Good day. Are you alright? You look a little lost. Well, mate, to tell you the truth, I think I've come a guster with these display. Come on, what? Guster, and no mistake. Me boss asked me to put together a quiz for the visitors. But, to be the deadest with you, I wasn't paying much attention to me boss over there, and I've done a bit of a rush job. You mean the natural historian? Yep, that's the bloke. Say, mate, would you do me a favor? Perhaps, what do you need? Well, you look like a pretty smart cobbler. Would you take a look at the display plaques and give them a run-through? Sure thing. Bonza, mate. I reckon 3 questions per case should be a bang to the rights. Take a gander at each case and I'll look over your shoulder to give you some advice. Will do. Alright, so now what you do is you kind of go around the room and start answering questions. So let me actually start at like the corner. That way I can be systematic about it somehow. So I can study the plaque. What happens when a lizard becomes cold? It becomes sleepy. Nice job, mate. That looks about right. Lizard skin is made of the same substance as hair. Nice job, mates. That looks about right. Who discovered how to kill lizards? The Slayer Masters. Nice job, mate. That looks about right. Bonza, mate. I think that's all of them. So yeah, you have to go around the case and answer 3 questions per thing here. How does the tortoise protect itself? Hard shell. Name the explorer who discovered the world's oldest tortoise. Huh. I don't know why I said tortoise. It's tortoise. So, it's gonna be Admiral Blake. Or Admiral Bake. Which race breeds tortoises for battles? That is going to be the gnomes. Bonza, mate. I think that's all of them. So, of course, I am looking at the answers on the wiki. Now we got a red dragon here. What is the best defense against a dragon's attack? That is going to be the anti-dragon breath shield. Which of these is not a type of dragon? That is elemental. What is the favorite territory of a dragon? It is old battle sites. Nice job, mate. That looks about right. Alright, next up, we have got this one. A wyvern. What are the wyvern's closest relations? It is going to be reptiles. Or, never mind, it's dragons. How did the wyverns die out? Climate change. Which genius does the wyvern theoretically belong to? It is going to be reptiles. Bonza, mate, I think that's all of them. Okay, so we're done with this room. Good times, good times. Let me go ahead and go to the East room. Now, I know me answering these questions is not the most riveting content, so I do want to remind you guys that I do put chapters in all these videos so you can skip around if you would like to. But I appreciate the people who actually watch the whole thing, you know? It's pretty cool, I guess. What is special about the shell of a giant Mauritanian snail? It is resistant to acid. What is the trapdoor which snails use to cover the entrance to their shells called? A operculum. Now the questions are randomized. There are more than 3 questions that you could possibly get per display here. How do snails move? Contracting and stretching. Bonza, I think that's all of them. Alright, let me look at the snake here. Lizards and snakes belong to the same order. What is it? Squamata. If some snakes use venom to kill their prey, what do other snakes use? Constriction. You know, I'm focused on looking at the answers here at the wiki, but if I just look at the answer choices, I'm sure I could get most of these right. Which habitat do snakes prefer? Anywhere. Nice job, mate. That looks about right. Okay. So, next up, let me do this thing. Why has the museum never examined a living sea slug? The researchers keep vanishing. It's kind of dark. What are the 2 fangs presumed to be used for? Defense or display? Off of which coastline would you find sea slugs? Ardoin. Alright, so that's that display. Next, let me go to this one. The monkey. What have Karamjan monkeys taken a deep dislike to? Seaweed. Monkeys love bananas. What else do they like to eat? Bitter nuts. What color mohawk do Karamjan monkeys have? Red. There we go. That's all of them. So now let me head on over to the room in the south. Do a few more display cases here. Ah yes, the Caliphite Queen. What are Caliphites assumed to have evolved from? Scarab beetles. Are Caliphites carnivores, herbivores, or omnivores? They are carnivores. What is the lowest caste in Caliphite society? It's the worker. Now let me look at this one here. How many teeth do terror birds have? So they have no teeth. Where do terror birds get most of their water? By eating plants. Who used terror birds as mounts? That is going to be the gnomes. That's all of them. And then finally, there's just one more room to do here to the west. Let me start with the penguins. Describe the behavior of penguins. They are social. How do penguins keep warm? A layer of fat. When do penguins fast? During breeding. Next, let me come look at the mole here. What would you call a group of young moles? A labor. What is a mole's favorite food? Insects and other invertebrates. Which family do moles belong to? The Talpidae family. Now let me look at the camel here. What is produced by feeding chili to a camel? Oh my god, I don't even want to know the answer to that. Toxic dung. That's about what I was thinking. Which camel byproduct is known to be very nutritious? Milk. What is the usual mood of a camel? Annoyed. And then I believe this is going to be the last display case for the leech. What shape is the inside of a leech's mouth? It is Y-shaped. How does a leech change when it feeds? It doubles in size. What contributed to the giant growth of Mauritanian leeches? The environment. Nice job, mate. That looks about right. Bonza, mate. I think that's all of them. Well done, mate. You finished all of the displays. Come over and have a chat with me. I might have something for you. Good day there, mate. How are the display cases coming along? All done. I've corrected the mistakes. Beaut, mate. That's the best news I've had all day. Glad I could help. Right, I'll have to chat with me boss over there and let him know that you've helped me out. You know, with all the new information you've absorbed, I reckon you can say you're more experienced in slaying and hunting now. Oh, thank you very much. No worries, mate. You take care now. Goodbye. There you go. So you get some good Slayer experience. Slayer is now 13. And you get some juicy Hunter experience. I am now Hunter level 9. Perfect. So that's a good little start to those 2 skills. Alright, let me go back to the bank real quick. Grab a few more things. And then I think we'll finally be ready to do the Daddy's Home mini quest. Dang it, this episode's gonna be super long again. I try to keep them short and they always end up being like way longer than I intended. So let me get 10 planks. That's how many I'm gonna need. Let me get my Imkondo hammer because it's pretty sweet and I'm gonna need that. And I actually am gonna need some gold. So let me just get all my coins here. And my bars here. All my steel bars. I think that's all I'm gonna need for now. Let me equip my hammer. That's right, I bet you guys are jealous. Look at that sweet hammer. So I think there's an anvil right here. So I can make my steel nails. Okay. Why can't I find it? Dart tips, bolts, limbs, arrow tips. There it is. Nails. So yeah, you're gonna need 10 planks and some nails in order to do this quest. And this should be plenty of nails for me, I think. Perfect. With all that out of the way, I'm finally ready to start. So this is where you start it here. And you talk to Marlowe. Welcome to the Varrock branch of Mahogany Homes, Gillinor's first construction company. I wonder, could you maybe do me a little favor? What kind of favor do you want me to do? Well, you see, it's about my dad. His house is really decrepit. I need someone to rip out the broken furniture and build him some better stuff. I'll pay you if you do it. Tell me more about the job. Nothing too hard. You'll have to rip out the broken furniture, then build a replacement. Dad will talk to you about it. He's a retired carpenter himself. He loves talking about construction. Aren't you in a construction company yourself, though? See, my dad just found the house. No one was using it, and so he settled in. It's all perfectly harmless. And he's a sick old man anyway, so basically, he's not really meant to be there. And we prefer that the landlord not find out, so we're keeping this job off the record. I'll pay you myself. Why has he got such a bad house? Some kind of economic downturn wiped out his pension plans. It happens more often than you'd think, but I'd rather not talk about it. Can you help him though? Tell me more about the job. Didn't I already do this option? I'd rather not. Okay, suit yourself. What? I thought I went through all the options. Let me take the saw. I am going to need the saw as well. And then let me try again here with you. See, I went through all these choices here. Let me do the tell me more about the job. Tell me where he lives, and I'll do the job. Fabulous. Dad lives in the southeast of Varrock, west of Aubrey's rune shop. His name's Yarlow. Old Man Yarlow, they call him. Alright, perfect. So he lives, yeah, in the southeast of town. Excellent. Let's go. I love being able to equip this Imcondo hammer. So yeah, here is his house. It is pretty decrepit, as you can see. What brings you here, young man? Marlo sent me to fix your furniture. My boy Marlo sent you? Oh yes, you've come to help with my furniture. It's in terrible state. You want to start by removing all the tatty old furniture. There are 2 stools, 2 tables, a chair, and a rotten carpet to replace. I need a better bed too. Let me know when you've removed all the old furniture. Okay, so now you actually have to remove all the furniture here. So there's the stool, the table, another table, another stool. What else can we demolish? The camp bed. And I need a chair and a carpet as well. Oh, there's the chair. Could barely see it because it's so broken down. And then let me remove the carpet as well. Perfect. And then here, let me talk with him one more time. Ah, young man, how's the redecoration coming on? I finished removing all of the old furniture. Jolly good, young man. Now, we'll need to have a talk about what you'll build for me to replace it. You see, I used to be a carpenter myself before the arthritis got me. Such wonderful things I could build. Let me tell you all about the things construction can do for you. As a builder in your own house, you can create your own rooms full of furniture. A house may start out very basic, but in building mode, you'll see you can add to it. With fancier options available as your construction level rises. You can add lots more rooms and build their furniture too, unlocking really handy features. For example, in a study, you could build a lectern for creating spell tablets, powerful items that can cast spells without runes. You could sell your tablets to other people too. A teleport nexus can take you to a huge range of destinations, making your home a powerful travel hub. Show your dedication to the gods by building an altar where you can sacrifice bones for bonus prayer experience. With a regeneration pool, you can get healed quickly before you teleport back to the action. The estate agents can redecorate your house in different styles if you want something a bit more impressive. And of course, to make your house feel truly like home, you can fill it with adorable critters. And drop your guests into the monster pit beneath your throne room. Okay, that took an unexpected turn. All this could be yours if you train construction. Now, I was just getting around to telling you the furniture I want you to build for me. For a start, I'd like 2 new stools, 2 new tables, and a new chair. Some basic wooden planks and some nails should do for those. I won't ask for anything more fancy. It only gets stolen anyway in this neighborhood. I want a new carpet too. They can really change the atmosphere of a room, you know. You can buy cloth at the sawmill to make one. Now for the bed, I've got something special in mind. This town's quite damp and I don't want the moisture rising up the bed into my blankets, but I found some wood that resists water. Those abandoned crates in the kitchen were here when I moved in, and I found that they contain waxwood logs. Waxwood isn't much use in carpentry, but it resists water, so I want a bed made from that. You have to take 3 logs from the crate to the sawmill. The chap there will turn them into planks if you mention my name. I've known his family for years. I think that's everything. 2 stools, 2 tables, a chair, a bed, and a carpet. Off you trot, young man. I'll be here if you have any questions. Okay, so now I can search the crate here. And there you go. The crate contains the water repellent waxwood Old Man Yarlow described, and you take some. Okay, so I can actually start building stuff with my planks and nails. So let me do the table here. And you can see you use up nails with your bad construction level. You accidentally bend them. There you go. Construction is level 2. You can now build torn curtains and a brown rug. Let me build the stool. Hopefully I have enough nails and I don't fail miserably. I think we're going to be alright. I guess the better quality nail, the less chance that it bends. And level 3. And now I can make clay fireplace. That one was easy. And level 4 construction. Can now make a wooden bookcase. Perfect. Alright, so for the other ones, I am going to need the bolts of cloth that we talked about so much. And so I need to go all the way up to the sawmill, which is up here to the northeast of town. So let me start running that way. So I'm kind of glad that I ended up going with this instead of just buying a home, because this mini quest seems to be a great introduction to construction itself. Kind of letting me know how it works, because I've never really done much of this, to be fully honest. I know I've mentioned that before. Okay, so here is the sawmill operator. Do you want me to make some planks for you? I can make planks from wood, oak, teak, and mahogany logs. Or would you like to buy other housing supplies? I need some waxwood planks for Old Man Yarlow. That old geezer? Oh, alright, I won't charge for this since it's for him. There you go, so I got 3 of those. And then I do need to do this. I need to buy 5 bolts of cloth. It's technically a shop, but we have to make this exception or else I just can't do construction. But like I said, whenever I do something like this, since this is going to unlock the Mahogany Homes minigame, I will do that minigame, get 5 bolts of cloth as a reward eventually, come back here, and drop them on the floor as if I'm returning it to the shopkeeper, like I'm only borrowing this. So that's the alternative that I came up with. Hopefully you guys can accept that as an exception to the no shop rule. Alright, let's make this carpet here. Excellent. And finally, the bed. There it is. Construction level 6. Can make wooden shelves and mid-level plants. That's everything. Thank you so much, young man. Trot off back to my boy Marlow now. He'll have something for you. Okay, I'll head back to Marlow. Let's go. This is finally the last step in this whole thing. I finished building the new furniture for your dad. That's wonderful news. Dad's going to be so much happier. I'm very grateful. Now I promise to pay you for your work. Yeah, what have you got for me? Now, I can't spare very much money, but I've persuaded the real estate agent to let me give you a house of your own. You'll be able to decorate it, just like you did my dad's house. Normally, a new house costs 1,000 coins, so that's a bit of a saving. Also, I've got a crate of supplies to help you decorate it. I've included some handy spell tablets that'll take you to your house, to cut down on the walking a bit, as well as one for visiting my boss in Falador. Let me tell you some tricks of the trade, too. Marlow rewards you with a crate of supplies, a book about how to use them, 400 construction experience, and you now have a house in Remington where you can start building. There you go, level 8 construction. Very good. Let me open the crate here. So, mithril nails, a bunch of logs, 8 bolts of cloth. Interesting. I didn't know I got bolts of cloth as a reward, so I can actually go return this to the sawmill right now. Teleport to house and a teleport to Falador. Excellent. And then the construction guide. I don't know if I want to read that right now. So, I did promise that I would return the bolts of cloth. So, we're going to do it. Alright, sir. Here are 5 bolts of cloth. Oh, I can't drop 5? Whatever. A little bit of interest payment. There you go. So now there's one thing left to do. I am going to head back to that compost bin where this whole episode started and finish up with a little bit of farming. Okay, I'm here in Falador Farm where I started the episode. I deposited everything and I do need some buckets for the compost. So there's a spawn of 2 buckets here. There's this one here and then out back here. Let me turn on my run energy. Yeah, there's a second bucket right here. So I'm going to do some editing. I'm going to fill up an inventory worth of buckets. Alright, last bucket for a full inventory. Perfect. So let me go do my first ever bit of farming by grabbing some compost. Thrilling stuff, man. Thrilling stuff. I think you just use a bucket on it, right? There's no compost to take. What? Well, I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. You have to close the compost bin, obviously. So now I have to wait an hour for the compost to be ready. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait, because I'm just going to do magic video editing, but I gotta wait. Damn it! Okay, there it is. It says the compost is ready. So I guess I just used a bucket in there. Getting a whopping 4 farming experience per bucket. This is going to be a nightmare. What do you guys think I should do for farming experience since I don't have access to any of the farming tools until my construction's like 50 plus? I need some ideas. I can't just rely on this. It's pretty miserable. The compost bin is now empty. I didn't even get a single level out of that. Oh well, I think you can actually deposit these here. Alright, let me deposit all the compost. All the buckets. And you know what? At the end of each episode, I might as well leave another batch of compost going, you know? So let me get another 15 of these. Oh, I got a cabbage seed. Do I still have 15 of these? That's 12, 13, 14. Ah, man. That's annoying. I didn't even notice I missed the cabbage because of the seed. Okay, perfect. And now I'm gonna close this. Not gonna forget to close that time. So that's gonna do it for this episode. Sorry it was a little disorganized. As always, it ended up being way longer than I thought. I'll keep working on it though. Appreciate all you guys. See you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.